Hello, and welcome once again. One of the questions we often get asked is, should property go into my portfolio? It's a great question, and as always, the answer is it depends on your personal circumstances. Some of the issues we look at when it comes to clients is, what do they already own? Do they already have an extensive suite of properties? Do they already own their own home? So is there an already a large exposure to the property market? That's one of the first things we look at.
We then also say, well, what sort of property? So if it's a bricks and mortar investment property you want to do up and paint and maybe have your kids live in, that's a very different analysis to a property you have no concern about other than the returns. Or indeed, commercial property, which for many people would not be direct but rather by a fund. It's interesting, I got asked just recently by a lady that she received an inheritance and she really wanted to buy a property that her family could enjoy. And I said, that's not an investment decision, that's a lifestyle decision, and that's a perfectly valid reason for buying a property.
Exactly. My background, when I worked at Deutsche Bank, I was a property analyst, so I have a fair amount of experience in the sector. And so what I look at property, I look at them dispassionately. I try and look at them dispassionately. Do they hold their own in the portfolio? Is the rental yield or the net rental yield after all the expenses, making sure you're aware of all those expenses, is it enough to justify its position in the portfolio? And then on top of that, what is the expectation for capital return? So do you expect it to appreciate in value over the coming years? Being mindful of the tax overlay. So whether it's in the appropriate vehicle to potentially reduce the tax liability that you may have when you come to realise that investment down the track.
So the question is, should you have property in your portfolio? It does depend, and there's a lot of questions you need to ask before you go ahead and buy a property, or indeed work out how it's going to fit into your portfolio. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Cheerio.